Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. How about we do a little recap and update on one of our main characters from our doll stories. But who should we choose? Yes, great idea. Let's go take a look at our BDT resident directory for a good idea of who we should use for today's video. You know what? It is the month of May, and since we celebrate MerMay the entire month of May, the best idea I think would be to choose Aquanisha. And here she is, Aquanisha. This is her family portrait, and this is her family tree, which her son, Tyrone, did at school. As you can see from this family tree, there isn't a lot of information about Aquanisha's family. Now, we do have some information about Tyrone's family, which is her fiance, husband, father of her children. But as you can see here, there she is, Mother Aquanisha. And then Tyrone is the baby boy. We don't know about her ex, which is where Periwinkle comes in, but more about that later. But then we have his dad's ex, Minna, having a kid named TJ, who's a half-brother of Tyrone. It's confusing, I know, but we're going to explain more about that later. But as you can see here, he also has an adopted sister, Eloise, and that's came into the adoption plan with Periwinkle. Yeah, I know, it's a lot. But let's get into Aquanisha first. Aquanisha, age 27. Birthday, May 1st. Occupation, nail technician. Status, engaged. Well, now she's eloped. Family, Tyrone, who is her fiance, now husband. Eloise, adoptive daughter. TJ, stepson. Periwinkle, biological daughter. And Tyrone, biological son. Her hobbies include mermaid modeling and being messy AF. Sounds about right. As you know, I decide what the birth date of the doll is going to be based off of the first appearance on my page. And I actually created this doll because I didn't have any mermaid dolls. And the first time I posted her was May 1st in the beginning of MerMay. Now, because Aquanisha's birthday is May 1st, that makes her a Taurus, the bull. She is considered to be independent, adventurous, passionate, humorous, persistent, stable, confident. Mostly true, but that stable one I'm not too sure about. Okay, now let's get into a recap of Aquanisha's life. Aquanisha first came to the BDT, the basement doll town, by way of an advertisement she saw looking for mermaid models. She was seen in every single picture taken in the month of May on my Instagram page. So she was actually pretty good at it, and she's really pretty, and she had that blue mermaid hair that I actually crafted for her by giving her a reroot with some blue yarn. She was quite the hit because there weren't any other mermaids out there that looked like her. Unfortunately, once MerMay was over, she was out of the job and out of money. And the next thing you know, she was homeless and broke. With no friends, no family, and no partner in town, she started to get a little depressed and decided to go out for a drink, which is where she met Giselle. Aquanisha ended up pouring her heart out to Giselle about all of her troubles. And Giselle, at the time, was the manager at a local salon and spa, and decided maybe she should give Aquanisha a job at her salon and spa just to kind of hold her over until she found something else. Did you see her? Let me rewind a little bit and do a screen grab. There's Aquanisha at the front desk serving as a receptionist for the Creative Salon and Spa. While she was working as a receptionist, Giselle encouraged her to go to school at a nail tech academy in order to acquire her nail tech license and become the nail tech there at the salon and spa. Aquanisha did, and within a couple of years, she managed to get her certification and license and became the premier nail tech at the Creative Salon and Spa in the BDT. It was then that Giselle invited Aquanisha into her girl group of friends, the Splat Pack. The Splat Pack consisted of Giselle, who hired Aquanisha, Ariel, Alyssa, there's Aquanisha in the middle there, and then Jasmine and Dina on the far right. These women became Aquanisha's family, and they would hang out from time to time and take care of each other and each other's kids. Little did they know, Aquanisha was hiding a very deep, dark secret. Aquanisha never told any of her friends where she was from, Weeki Wachee Springs in Florida. Weeki Wachee Springs in Florida is actually a mermaid community, and Aquanisha was big into the mermaid community, and she left a few people behind in that mermaid community. A boyfriend by the name of Tadalante, and her son with him, Tadalaran. Aquanisha always said that she was never meant to be anyone's wife or a mother to any children. And turns out there were some other deep, dark secrets that were out there that even Tadalaron and Tadalante had no idea about. One day, a mysterious blonde came to town in a pink convertible with 2 children in tow, Eloise and Periwinkle. She was an heiress to a couple of people who had passed away in a car accident, and she was also an adoptive sister to Eloise and Periwinkle. We never knew what her name was, but she found Aquanisha because Aquanisha was also Periwinkle's mother, biological mother. Aquanisha never told anyone that she had given her daughter up for adoption when she got pregnant in high school. This is the time that Tadalante's ex, Minna, decides to tell him that he in actuality is the father of her son, TJ. And just like that, Aquanisha went from being a motherless mermaid to a mother of 4. Eloise, Periwinkle, TJ, and Tadalaron. This backpack didn't care how many kids she had. They loved her just as well. And now it was just Alyssa and Jasmine were the only ones that didn't have children. And they accepted Aquanisha, her secrets, her new children, and her fiance all in one big bundle. Once Aquanisha allowed Tadalante to come and live with her in the BDT, he decided he was going to woo her back and eventually get her to marry him. It didn't take much convincing because once Tadalante's mother, Nancy, explained that she had remarried and that thought it was a good idea for the 2 of them to be married, it all worked out. Tadalante's mother, Nancy, helped them come up with an underwater wedding, mermaid style, back home in Weeki Wachee Springs. They even had one of those underwater boats so that the people who did not know how to swim or snorkel could watch from inside the boat while the underwater activities were taking place. Everything was going according to plan, and it was beautiful until a shark showed up. Needless to say, there was no wedding, and Tadalante and Aquanisha went on as just being an engaged couple raising a blended family. And even though Aquanisha knows you're not supposed to say it, she claims Periwinkle is her favorite child. And ever since Tadalante and Aquanisha have been reunited, they have fallen more in love over the years. Okay, now that I got you all caught up, let's get into the update. Aquanisha and Tadalante actually eloped on 11/11 in 2020. They did their elopement at the aquarium where it was just the 2 of them. They had Jasmine watch the children, Dina stood in as their witness, and Alyssa served as the officiant for the wedding / marriage, whatever. Aquanisha did not get the underwater wedding that she always wanted in her dreams, but being at the aquarium with the fish was close enough for her. Here are a few of the photos that they took at the elopement. Now, Aquanisha still works as the premier nail tech over at Creative Salon and Spa off of Main Street in the BDT. Here she is, one of her main clients. She specializes in water features on nails, and a lot of clients come to her, but they all know not to talk too much around her because Aquanisha has been known to be a bit of a gossip. Aquanisha is checking her watch because she knows at the end of her workday today, she gets to go on her month-long vacation to celebrate MerMay with her family. It is during the month of May that Aquanisha puts together a bunch of mermaid activities in and around town for all to come and enjoy. She is considered to be our Mermaid Ambassador here in the BDT, which means she does all things mermaid the entire month of May. As her alarm goes off on her watch, she grabs her seashell purse and makes her way out the door, bidding farewell to her co-workers and clients alike. All of the people in the salon wait patiently as they watch her get into her car and drive off before all the conversations erupt in the salon and spa. Now that the big gossip woman is gone, they can talk freely. Every year, starting on the 1st of May, Aquanisha and her family get together to celebrate MerMay. Yes, she even invites Tadelante's ex, Minna, to come along so that all the children can be together. Tadelante treats each of the children as if they were all his own. There's Tadelarone here, his actual biological son, and TJ, his biological son from a previous relationship, along with Eloise in the red dress, his adopted daughter, and Periwinkle, his other adopted daughter. Aquanisha and Minna have become quite close because Minna helped Aquanisha find Eloise's biological family. Minna actually found Eloise's biological mother's twin sister. Today is the first day that she gets to meet the family and is confused by the fact that they're all wearing mermaid tails. It's strange to her, but she's really just here to see her niece. Eloise is so excited to finally meet her auntie that she runs over and gives her a big hug. This will be the first time that she'll be able to go and visit her biological family because auntie's going to be taking her with her back home to Milwaukee. Periwinkle has now gotten a little courage under her belt and doesn't always need her big sister Eloise to be around, and wants her to be able to find her family too and get to know them better. So she's happy to see her go. It's all a bittersweet moment. As Eloise goes with her biological auntie, everyone bids farewell, knowing that they will see her again next year. Aquanisha loves her blended family, but wishes that one person in the Billion family had something else to do. This is why Aquanisha signed Tadelante's ex, Minna, his other baby mama, up for speed dating. She didn't even tell Minna that she was doing it. She just signed her up for it and set her up with some pictures and stuff online. Minna met a lot of eligible bachelors at the speed dating event. One in particular caught her eye, seemed very sweet with her. But then when she found out that it was actually Jasmine's ex, she kind of was turned off about it a little bit and didn't want to consider anybody else there at the dating scene. Needless to say, there was no love collection for Minna that night. This didn't make Aquanisha very happy, but she has vowed to try to find somebody for Minna within the next year, because she can't be having ex-baby mama around her new husband all the time as a single woman. Moving on. The reason why we're here all together in May is for the Mermaid Parade, the first ever in the BDT. Here's Aquanisha and her family on their float in the parade. And as you can see, Eloise's auntie immediately left after the parade float passed by to take her niece back home to Milwaukee. And here's Tadelante's ex baby mama, Minna, with his son TJ, showing support for the family. And that's all, guys, for Aquanisha's storyline. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you here next time on At Mama Bear Jenny Dolls.